All right, Jesse on fire. Welcome back. So right now we're going to look at a request made from Tyler Robinson's defense team that is so insane that I actually do not know what to even say about it. You know, like the other version of my life where I was a defense attorney is rolling in its grave, and it's like its proverbial grave, because there was a world where I went to law school, and then that's for sure what I ended up doing. And I am looking at this going, are they confused about what their job is? Your job is to try to get him off, right? And that's your request. So we're going to look at that. But we're also going to spend a large amount of time looking at some unbelievable news stories about left-wing violence directly connected to this case. As an example, another transgender shooter who was foiled before they were about to go murder dozens of people at their high school. You know, if you watched my video today, well, I guess I'm not sure when this is going to drop. My video from Monday titled FBI Suppresses Evidence and New Findings Show that Lance Twiggs and Connections, yada, yada, that whole thing. You need to watch that, by the way. Okay. If you're a viewer of mine, if you have not seen that video, I can't stress enough. Like let me actually put it like this. When you do what I do, right? Like you have to put out content. Okay, it's not like you can make these revolutionary connections every single day, right? I put something out every single day. And when you work as hard as I did on that video and you make connections that no one has made, where you're like, hey, remember this suspect? How about I found this connection to Lance Twiggs that basically breaks this case wide open? And you look at your numbers and you're like, it's doing okay. But the analytics are so good, I don't understand, why is it not doing better? Okay, like this is the video that should be doing 1 million views, and for some reason it's doing, average views. Why? You know what I mean? Like, so if you have not seen that video, you need to watch it. Okay, it is basically a 28-minute, without any breaks, expose that's gonna melt your brain. Okay, so look for that one. But the main thing is that we are looking at a large-scale transgender terror group that is causing terror. They are doing these shootings. They're all connected. Okay, I connected Robin Westman, the shooter in Minnesota from 3 weeks before the Charlie Kirk thing, to Lance Twiggs directly. Okay, think about that. Like, I'm not talking like they look like each other. I'm talking like they are involved in the same organizations. Okay. Anyway, look at that. But what we're going to be looking at, let's just start just as an example, right? Liberal admits to planning to lace candy with fentanyl on Halloween for any MAGA supporters. And for the record, what they meant by MAGA supporters was children dressed as Trump. Okay. That's the level of evil that we are dealing with, and it all goes downhill from there. Now, we're going to cover the brand new trans shooter that got busted in a second, and we're also going to go through the Tyler Robinson stuff and a lot of other leftist violence in a second after we look at a sponsor for this video, and then we're going to start with this story right here about the trans shooter. So I've been on NAD Plus for a few months now, and I absolutely love it. I don't know if you guys have heard of NAD Plus, but I heard about it from, I believe, Tony Robbins, and he was talking about using it for brain health and anti-aging. So when ReadyRx approached me about being a sponsor and I found out this is what one of their products was, I was like, yeah, let's do that. For the benefits section, I'm going completely off script. I'm going to tell you exactly what NAD Plus does for me. I immediately notice that I connect thoughts faster. I can easily keep track of multiple things, being entertaining, delivering the point that I'm making, and then setting up the point that I'm going to make after that. But most of all, I notice it at jiu-jitsu. Now, where I'm at in my jiu-jitsu journey now is I'm at an advanced belt, and so I'm learning very complicated sequences, and I am able to remember the steps, the details, in a very, very noticeably different way. And also my overall energy and motivation is just much better. NAD Plus is a coenzyme found in all living cells that plays a key role in energy production and cellular metabolism. It helps convert nutrients into energy and supports DNA repair, gene expression, and cell signaling. NAD Plus levels decline with age, and supplementation is being studied for potential anti-aging and metabolic health benefits. Now, getting started with ReadyRx was extremely simple. I did a quick online intake, licensed provider reviewed my info, and if it was right for me, it shipped straight from a US licensed pharmacy. No sketchy sources, no nonsense, everything legit and above board. And of course, it was fine for me and I received it very quickly. And the most important thing for why I recommend it is it's consistent. Okay, we're not talking about caffeine highs and crashes. It is consistent across the board. It fits into your training, it fits into my content schedule, and it just overall fits into my life seamlessly. That's why I've been on it for months and I intend on staying on it permanently. I don't want to go back to being stupid. Now, if you want to try it for yourself, go to ReadyRx and use my code Jesse when you sign up. You'll get a big discount. The consult is quick. The provider decides if it's right for you, and you'll see everything up front before you commit. And again, that's ReadyRx. Use promo code Jesse, Jesse, when you sign up. You are going to be very happy that you did. All right, let's go. Trans shooter, then Tyler Robinson, and then a lot of leftist violence, including the new hot trend on the left this Halloween, which is to dress like Charlie Kirk immediately after getting shot and killed. Not a joke. Not a joke. Okay? But why don't you guys go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well if you are against leftist violence. If you haven't subscribed and you don't like this video, I will assume that you guys support these people's Halloween costumes. That's like emotional blackmail. I take that back. I was joking. But you can please like the video so that we can expose these creep fucks. Okay? All right. So trans teen Trinity Shockley admits to plotting Valentine's Day mass shooting at Indiana school. Wait, another trans shooter? No way. Wait a minute. Are you saying that there's some kind of trend between transgender young teens into their mid to late 20s and becoming terror mass shooters? Who would have predicted this, you know? It's almost like they're mentally ill. Okay, a mass shooting obsessed trans teen has admitted to plotting a Valentine's Day massacre at her Indiana high school. Trinity Shockley, 18, is set to plead guilty to felony conspiracy to commit murder in return for spending a maximum of 12 and a half years in prison and 5 years of probation, according to Morgan County Prosecutor's Office. Look, this looks like a really happy person, you know? Like, if this was my offspring, I would be like, I've really done a good job. Like, I'm just saying, I've done a really good job. Because my kid just got to plea and they're only going to do 12 and a half years after, you know, being A, trans, and then B, planning to, kill everyone in their school. Shockley, who authorities said identifies as male and uses the name Jamie. Hey, that looks like a dude to me, guys. Definitely not mentally ill. Who identifies as male and uses the name Jamie was arrested in February, Monday after police received a tip that she had access to an AR-15, had purchased a bulletproof vest, and was obsessed with mass shooters. Okay. When officers searched her home, they found a twisted shrine to Parkland, Florida mass shooter Nicholas Cruz and other gunmen. Something tells me that they probably stopped a real one this time. Okay. They also found evidence that she was planning a shooting at her own school and was planning to stage it to coincide with the anniversary of the Parkland shooting. Shockley is also barred from researching school shooters for life, and with all her electronic devices to be monitored by software that will hold her accountable. And she will be barred from ever owning a gun. She must also pay for mental health counseling. She's expected to make her plea in court November 24th. I have an idea. I have an idea, guys, before we go to the Tyler Robinson thing. It's like, there are all these kids who keep dying in these tragedies and people who are innocent dying in these tragedies. I feel like maybe if you even entertain this kind of thing seriously, maybe they should be the ones that get removed from society. You know what I mean? And not for 12 and a half years, like permanently, right? Because that's what you wanted to do, right? You little trans freak. That's what you wanted to do, right? You wanted to go to your high school and murder a bunch of kids, right? You wanted to end their lives. Well, I feel like that's the ultimate punishment, and they did nothing wrong. Now, you planned to do that. You got intercepted. Maybe the punishment should just be exactly what you were going to do to them. You know what I mean? Or maybe you could just do the world a favor and, I don't know. Hey, where were you going with that, Jesse on Fire? What do you mean? Where were you going with do the world a favor? Well, on YouTube, there are certain topics that will get you instantly 18 plus. Oh, really? What are those? Well, you're not allowed to talk about self-harm of any kind. Not that has anything to do with what I was referencing, because I definitely would never suggest that a person do that. You know what I mean? But definitely, I feel like these people should start having much more severe punishments for even entertaining this stuff. Like, they should just, Anyway, so now let's look over at Tyler Robinson's defense team making one of the biggest blunders I've ever seen. Okay, so lawyers for Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin asked to ban courtroom cameras amid content tornado. Defense argues heavy media coverage and restraints could bias potential jurors in capital murder case. What? Okay. Attorneys for the man accused of assassinating Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk asked the Utah judge to allow him to appear in civilian clothing without restraints. I saw all that. That's fine, right? Although they said yes to the regular clothing and no to no restraints. In a 20-page filing, they said that the case is becoming a content tornado, describing it as a social media storm of commentary, speculation, and viral videos that make any new images of the defendant in jail attire potentially devastating to the future jury pool. Are they watching the same content that I am? Okay. Do you know anyone who's making content that is suggesting that this guy did this on his own? Every single piece of content that is coming out is going to help your defense for the most part. You know, that's why I'm saying this is an insane, like, you want to ban cameras? Are you out of your fucking mind? You should be doing nothing but triggering new information. Like, if I was his defense team, I would just be leaking anything that would support, like, oh, maybe it's this person. Like, maybe it's this person. Like, I got to be honest, dude, every single time I look at this picture of him, I go, this just doesn't look like the picture of the person who was supposedly the shooter. Like, I'm sorry. It just doesn't look like him. I'm literally, like, I have one right here. There's one on my screen that you guys can't see that's right next to this article. And I'm like, that's just it does not look like the same person. Anyway, so yeah, the closed hearing appeared on the docket Friday morning. While no public details are attached to the entry, multiple sources confirmed that Fox News, that it relates to the defense request to be permitted unshackled, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so my point, though, in general, is that they should have as many cameras in there as possible, okay? We should have the entire thing public, okay? There should not be any of it that is behind closed doors, because this is one of those cases that really matters, dude. It really matters, okay? According to the filing, Trump declared soon after Robinson's arrest that authorities had caught the suspect with a high degree of certainty and added, I hope he gets the death penalty. If he did it, I do too. I absolutely do too. I mean, but if he did it, the only way that he should not get the death penalty is if he gives up all of his co-conspirators. Or if he didn't do it, tell us everything you know. Just talk, man. Tell us everything you know. If you didn't do it, you're all confused, right? Write someone a letter. Write me a letter, dude. Anyway, okay, now let's move on to some of this violence. All right, so let's start right here where we look at the fentanyl candy, and then we'll go from there. Then we'll end up looking at the Tyler Robinson's defense attorney request, which is totally insane. Watch this.
All right, so this is what we're doing. Okay. All right.
If you can't see that, it says, if I see any children dressed up in MAGA-type costume like this little worm, I'm going to be giving them my special fentanyl-laced candy. Hashtag Antifa. Yeah, so what does that do for you? You know? This is the world that we live in now, guys. Okay? This is the world that we live in, where they'll literally just be, oh yeah, I'll kill your kids if they dress like a MAGA person, or they dress like, we'll just kill your kids, man. You know? Do I need to remind everybody of the Virginia guy? No, I think not. I think we've probably covered that extensively enough, right? The guy in Virginia, the AG that's probably going to win, at which point, don't say I didn't warn you, you know? Oh, there's this too, guys, by the way. The Chicago Tattooing Company had this little number that people apparently are getting tattooed on themselves. So, Nazi lives don't matter, with a picture of Charlie Kirk getting shot through the neck. Oh, by the way, so libs of TikTok, posted this and said Democrats want to kill us, and they're open about it. And this woman, Ali Samarco, she responded with, so you agree you're a Nazi? So I'm going to be honest. When I first saw that post, I responded with like something I actually did my best to like not say anything that I'm going to get arrested over. And I decided after finishing the response and posting it, I'm like, this actually still, so I took it down. But whoever this bitch is right here, right? Ali Samarco. Okay. This is her. You can just see, like, look at her eyes, dude. Her husband hates her. Okay. This is a dumb person. I am pretty and I think I'm smart, but I'm a Democrat digital strategist, views my own contact inquiries at Ars Media. Like, I don't think you want me fucking reaching out to you, bitch. Okay. So yeah, maybe if I channeled all this anger, swing faster, you wouldn't have come in fifth. What is this? Riley Gaines, you're being destroyed from within. Oh, maybe you would have. Wow, dude. A genius. AOC. Okay. The racist agenda against Zohran is so transparent, and honestly, it just makes me like him more. No, you just hate everyone, and so anyone they hate, you like more, because you're a thin-minded fucking imbecile. Okay? Let's look at evidence. He incited an insurrection, and last time he lost an election so he could stay in power. What? He incited an insurrection the last time he lost an election so he could stay in power. He is actively selling Trump 2028 merch. Seems like we have some valid concerns, Eric. Honestly, I am at the point now, I can't believe I'm even going to say this, dude. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I would support him running again. I'm not a perfect person, dude. Okay? And I know what I'm saying is like severely, like that would be a terrible thing for the country, you know, where we were just like, fuck it, fuck you. But this is where they've pushed me to with this stuff, okay? And, you know, keep in mind, I've seen the rest of what I'm going to show you already, you know? But like, I don't know, you showed me people getting tattooed, Nazi lives don't matter with Charlie Kirk, definitely not a Nazi, getting shot through the neck, something I witnessed myself. And then you have people like this that also, you admit you're a Nazi. And then it's like, we're worried about Trump running again. I'm like, good, he should. Fuck you. Okay? How about that? Okay? You know, I want my tax dollars to go to SNAP benefits, not Donald Trump's 7th golf trip this month. Oh, well, you should probably have better candidates that win the presidential the election, you know? Because what you want doesn't fucking matter because you guys are crooked and you guys do not know what anyone wants. And that's why you fucking lose and you have to watch us spend your tax dollars on whatever the fuck we want. Oh yeah, there's this one, you know, this is a really awesome Halloween costume. Another person who's doing it, you know? So I agree. Libs of Tukuk. How are we supposed to share a country with these people? I agree. You know, I'm not talking about just Democrats. I'm talking about these people. I'm done with them, man. I have no sympathy for them at all. Like if someone starts, oh man. Like I am not a perfect person at all. And I am telling you, like, I'm not in a good headspace with these people at all. Like if you showed me a video of someone who like on Halloween is wearing this and someone throws them in front of a car and they get hit and hurt very severely, like I'm just going to watch it and I'm going to watch it over and over and over and over and over. I realize someone demented their brain, you know, like with just false information. They're basing this on stuff. They have no idea what they're doing. But like, again, I can't pretend to be something that I'm not. Okay. This guy, girl, whatever the fuck this is, thrown in front of a car and there's a video of it. I'm going to watch it a lot. Like I will contribute to the virality of that video for sure. And I'm not going to be watching it because I'm appalled. I'm going to be watching it because that part of you that you maybe wish didn't exist, I'm going to be feeding it. And I'm going to be enjoying myself immensely. It's like, ooh, man, that looked like that hurt, man. That really like that. I mean, can't really tell if he's going to survive that. Whatever the fuck. But I'm still watching it. Then we have this one. So 29-year-old anarchist arrested for allegedly putting a $45,000 hit on Pam Bondi. An anarchist with a lengthy rap sheet has been arrested for allegedly putting a $45,000 hit on U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi on TikTok. These people are geniuses, man. Honestly. Tyler Maxon Avalos was nabbed on October 16th after a tipster alerted the FBI to the alleged murder for hire plot the suspect had blasted out on social media earlier this month. The chilling post included a photo of Bondi with a sniper scope red dot on her forehead with a caption, "Wanted, Pam Bondi, reward 45, dead or alive, preferably dead." Underneath the photo, Avalos allegedly added, "Cough, cough, when they don't serve us, then what?" The feds allege Avalos, who has a prior history of convictions, has anarchist ties, and noted that his TikTok username was Wacko, an apparent anarchy symbol. His profile brandished a link to an anarchist FAQ book. According to court filings, Avalos has a lengthy criminal history, including prior raps for stalking and domestic assault. Oh, no way. One of these people has a prior record. That's shocking, dude. He was convicted in July of 2022 of stalking in Minnesota as well. What's up with Minnesota, dude? In the wake of his alleged threats he's charged with interstate transmission of a threat to injure another person. Yeah, so, you know,